for dinner tonight, I'm going to be taking about a cup, possibly a cup and a half, but I'll add it to the final breakdown. A cup to a cup and a half of these elbow noodles, 1 to 2 of these. I'm not sure if I'm just going to use one or if I will end up using both. 2 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of flour, a cup of milk, and then I'm going to do 1 to 1.5 cups of my chicken broth that you guys just saw. And then we're doing about a 1/4 cup of these green peas, in there as well. I'm going to top it with cheese, and oh, I forgot to take out the cheese. The cheese will be about $1 worth of cheese, and then I'll stick it in the broiler and we'll call it about done. Really quick, really easy. I pulled apart my chicken, and this is what's left of my noodles, and this is what's left of my broth. So I'm thinking chicken vegetable soup tomorrow. Yeah. This is what we're having for dinner. We call it soy noodles. Fried noodles could also be. It's basically a fried rice, but with noodles instead. Super cheap, really easy. Those noodles are from the 97 pack for a pound of pasta. And so I'm just basically going to saute up my veggies, boil off my rice, saute my veggies, my rice, oh my god. Boil off my pasta, saute my veggies, put those aside, scramble my eggs, put everything back in the pan, add a little bit of soy sauce, maybe salt and pepper, and that's that. Call it a night. Oh, and add about 1/4 of that chicken. I have leftovers. Won't lie to you. My husband's not home, and that's why this meal made it on the plates tonight, because it is his mortal enemy. He absolutely hates this meal, but I absolutely love it. So I make it when he's not here, and I have leftovers. I had about the same portion as this one. I have more than enough leftovers. Had my husband been here, had he eaten it, we would have still been able to feed like a toddler or a child that doesn't have a huge appetite. So, not too shabby. I'm happy with the leftovers. This will be my lunch tomorrow. And I will say that I added the noodles that were along with the chicken in this meal, because once that 1 cup of noodles was done up, It just didn't look like enough for all of the veggies that I had, plus the eggs that I had, and the chicken that I was planning on putting in. So I just wanted to make sure that I was going to have sufficient amount of noodles, which this turned out great, perfectly seasoned. The soy sauce, you basically just have to go little by little until you see the color that you prefer. I prefer it this slightly darker color, but I like to have the variety of some being a little darker, some being a little lighter. This is just how I prefer it. This has a lot more veggies in it than what I used to eat as a child. Probably because my mom knew that I wouldn't have eaten as many veggies, but absolutely delicious. As an adult, I've always made it with a lot of veg. So, hope you guys give this a try. If you do, please let me know down in the comments what you thought about it, because it is not popular. I don't think I've ever seen this on YouTube. It's something that we've eaten since I can remember. I've always eaten these. At least, my mom wouldn't make it often, but I'd say about twice a year we had this. So, an oldie but a goodie in my books. We're making creamy barbecue chicken quesadillas. I don't know why I wanted to say something else. I'm using up some of these spreadable Ziggy's cheese wedges. I'm using 5 of them. I got these on special for $1.99, and this is what's left out of that pack. I am using some of this chicken. I'm gonna bulk it up with an onion and some carrot that I'm gonna be shredding in very fine. I'll be putting in some barbecue sauce and some cheddar, adding it to my tortillas, and then grilling them in a pan. Not grilling. Frying them in a pan. Please don't mind the dishwasher in the background. Tonight's dinner is a chicken vegetable tomato soup, I guess. So we're going to be adding the rest of our noodles from our 97-cent pack that we got last week. The rest of this broccoli, a carrot, a celery, a half an onion, 2 potatoes, some of this chicken. So this will be meal number, I want to say 4, maybe 5. I want to say 4, but we're definitely not going to finish all of this. So I will have an additional meal on here, which I find amazing, because 5 meals for 1 chicken. Get down. Get down. Look at that. Get down. Down. Is incredible to me. Normally we'll have, like, the first night we'll have roasted chicken, and then the second night we'll have quesadillas, or we'll have some kind of pasta with that, with chicken in it. But I've really been trying to find really creative ways of using this up to stretch it out, especially since we got some bad news today. So, tomato sauce that I got for 97 cents. And then we've got the chicken broth that we made the other day. So, gonna finish that up, and then this will be dinner tonight. We're gonna be using the fat up on top of our chicken broth to saute up our veggies in. So this is the amount of chicken that I'm going to be putting into my soup, and then this is the amount of chicken that I have left over. I'm probably going to pop those noodles into my soup too. With the amount of chicken that I have there, I could probably make up to 2 quesadillas tomorrow, most likely for like an early lunch. And that'll be it. This will be the end of it. We really don't have much left of this chicken, but I'm still going to try to stretch it out to feed at least 2 people. We have 3 biscuits left because I may or may not have been snacking on them for breakfast, They're just so good, guys. If you give them a try, let me know what you think in the comments. They are... Well, hello. They are quite literally so delicious, so easy to make. I whip them up in a few minutes, and they are so much cheaper. They are so much cheaper than the traditional biscuit recipe. Awesome. We're going to use some butter and some flour, make a roux. I will be making a, putting in some milk. I don't know if it's called any different. Basically like a milk gravy. I'm not quite sure what it's called if it's milk. And I'm going to be putting in this bouillon cube and probably a little bit of pepper just to add in some flavor. Then I'm going to be adding in my corn till it's cooked through. Just for an added like freshness element here. And then lastly, I'm going to chop up my chicken a little bit finer and add that in. I could definitely saute up an onion, some garlic, and a little bit more stuff. But I'm just kind of trying to empty out what's left and trying to... Oh, I'm going to take out that peppercorn because I don't like biting into them. And trying to finish off this chicken because honestly, I'm kind of getting to the point where I want beef. And I don't say that very often, but I've been having chicken for every single meal for basically the whole week. And had it been like just a regular, like had I not been making this video and making a meal, a new meal every lunch and every dinner, I would have highly suggested that you freeze half of the chicken just until you get through it all. But because I've been using it for breakfast, for lunch and for dinner, and creating more meals that way since I am home right now, I just went ahead and left it in the fridge. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. And I'm sure that if you were to leave it in the fridge for as long as I have been making these recipes, you would be fine as well. Most likely, as long as you keep your stuff refrigerated and you don't keep it out too long. But just a suggestion, if you don't think that you're going to be working through it as fast as I have, I would suggest freezing half. Please enjoy Zuzu in the background, just babbling away because she thinks that I'm talking. So we're talking, we're having a conversation. This is just the cutest thing. I've added in my, oh, something happened. I pushed something. I'm sorry, my angle is a little different. But I've added in my corn. We're gonna warm that through. Look at how nice and thick that got. And as it warms more, it'll be even better. I've got my biscuits, that's the word. I've got my biscuits in the instant fryer, instant vortex. Just trying to warm those a little. The smell of this is fantastic. Hey guys, so while I was editing, I realized that I could definitely get more than 14 meals out of these meals had I had something as simple as a side salad for some of them. But it was really important for me to use what I had on hand rather than go back to the store. And I kind of wanted to show that if you don't have very many fresh vegetables that week, you can still feel like full and satisfied and feed your family on a very, very tight budget. Now, I have a lot of leftovers as well, and had it been that I had just like a small side salad, I would have had even more leftovers than what I currently have. But currently I have a minimum of 2 days ahead of me where I don't need to cook whatsoever. And so I will be serving those leftovers with more vegetables since I do have them on hand. But it was really important for me to show that if you don't have the fresh vegetables, that you can still, like, this is not for long term per se. It's fine as long as everybody has a full belly, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you subscribe and like the video, and please let me know in the comments if there's anything that you would have changed or you would have done differently. And please don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you can be notified as soon as a new video pops up. Thanks for supporting our small channel.